The war between Russia and Ukraine is still going on today. At the beginning of the war between Russia and Ukraine, Russian troops excelled with their lethal military arsenal. But now, the Ukrainian forces have succeeded, Russian troops have suffered and are coming under pressure from Ukrainian defense forces, which last month recaptured the city of Kherson. Despite military defeats, conscription brought in to bolster the Russian army's numbers proved problematic. There is a serious shortage of equipment and training being provided to now. Security expert Robert Fox says many Russian soldiers are dying. The cause is hypothermia. This all happened because of the unsuitable equipment provided by Vladimir Putin's army. On the other hand, Ukrainian troops and Ukrainian citizens have received a lot of aid during the winter. For example, Poland and Romania delivered all kinds of household heaters and household generators. Defense analyst Professor Michael Clark last month warned Russian troops were facing dangerous conditions. He warns about threats. An anticyclone moving from Siberia threatens troops with life-threatening cold weather. Winter in Ukraine is usually 3 or 4 degrees below freezing during the day, said Professor Clark. If there were an anticyclone in Siberia, which doesn't happen every year, temperatures would reach -20, and -20 would be life-threatening. This is because their winter equipment is so bad. Whereas the winter equipment the Ukrainian army has now is much better because it is Western equipment, coping with challenging weather conditions. The pro-Russian People's Republic of Donetsk said it had destroyed 4 Ukrainian tanks in the Donetsk region of eastern Ukraine. The footage purports to show Ukrainian armor advancing across the battlefield in a move claimed by the Donetsk People's Republic, DPR, as a bid to reclaim lost ground. At one point, a drone bomb was seen allegedly being dropped on Ukrainian soldiers who were located next to the armored vehicle. Other footage allegedly shows Ukrainian soldiers next to another armored vehicle being rammed before the other vehicle backs off. The offensive effort was made by the RTG troops, consisting of up to 15 armored vehicles, which were provided with fire support for up to 6 tanks. However, the Somali fighters did not flinch and met the enemy troops with heavy fire from the ambush. During the fierce fighting, 4 enemy pieces of equipment were destroyed and the Ukrainian armed forces militants were forced to flee. We have not been able to independently verify the claims or footage. Today, Ukraine attacked Russia in Melitopol at night. Pro-Moscow authorities said the missile attack killed 2 and injured 10, while the mayor in exile said dozens of invaders were killed. Air defense systems destroyed 2 missiles for hitting targets them, said Yevgeny Balitsky, the governor of Russian-occupied Zaporizhia. He said a recreation center where people ate was destroyed in the Ukrainian attack with a HIMARS missile. The exiled mayor, Ivan Fedorov, said on his Telegram channel that the attack hit a church the Russians had converted into a gathering place. Vladimir Rogov, another Moscow-appointed official in Russian-controlled Zaporizhia, said a huge fire as a result of the attack had engulfed a recreation center. He posted a video of the burning building. Multiple HIMARS rocket launchers have become one of the most effective weapons of the Ukrainian war, delivering precision fire on hundreds of targets, including Russian command posts. On Friday, the United States said it would send more aid to Kyiv to strengthen its air defenses and defeat drones. The advisor to the president of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky, Oleksiy Arestovich, said Melitopol, a major industrial and transport center occupied by Russia since March, was the key to the South's defense. That, Arestovich said in a video interview on social media. If Melitopol falls, the entire defense line up to Kherson falls. Ukrainian troops get a direct route to Crimea. There was no immediate comment from the Ukrainian army on the attack. Earlier in the day, the Central Command of the Ukrainian Armed Forces said it had carried out an attack on Melitopol. Russian President Vladimir Putin appeared to acknowledge the severity of Russia's heavy losses in Ukraine after the recent counterattack by forces of his neighbor, and insisted on stabilizing the situation in 4 Ukrainian territories he illegally claimed as his own last week. Russia had already suffered significant losses in 2 of the 4 areas when Putin signed an agreement to bring them into Russia by force, with Russian officials saying their troops were regrouping. Putin told Russian teachers during a televised video call, as reported by The Guardian.